mind, body, and soul. Information is the goal. Try to learn something new without being distracted.
Today we will be covering the fan episode on Untamed by Glennon Doyle. Please join us as we review some of the remarks, feedback, and comments from our fans.
All right, so maybe do we want to start with Lisa's video?
So I just wanted to post about Glennon Doyle because, I got to say that I've been fascinated, kind of intrigued about this book, and yet I kind of don't want to buy it. And I'm going to just want to tell you why. And it's because I just quite frankly don't like the way she writes. I don't think she's sincere. I don't think she has any desire to help people. I think she is selfishly just writing about herself. And she's got this thing about being like outrageous and look at me, I'm just so honest. And, but everything she does seems to me to be trite and crass and selfish. Like, I mean, I end up sort of like cringing sometimes when I read her other book and I thought, I don't know. And so that's how I feel about that for now. So then I thought I'm going to share this little interruption. I'll try to be concise, but it was really quite comical to me that on the day we had the snowstorm and the schools were closed, my kids who are, I just want to say 17 and 14. Okay. They, Mom, where are the toboggans? Okay. They're in the shed. Okay. Oh, look what I found. I found a wasp nest and I took it down for you. Great, thank you. Then it was, oh, hey Mom, where are the inflatable ones? I don't actually want these ones. I want the inflatable ones. Okay, well they're, you know. So then, okay, so then they got them, great. So now it's, well, where's the pump? Okay, well it should be here, and if it's not there, it should be blah, blah, blah. Okay, great. Finally, no pump. I have to ask the neighbor. Okay, now I got the pump. The stupid things are so frozen, right? The inflatable things are so frozen that it takes 3 of us. And I even had to get some hot water in there to open up the valve, right? Okay, so now the 3 of us are basically working together to get the air in these 2 inflatable things. Fabulous. 45 minutes later, it's all done. Everything's done. The kid comes to pick him up and there's 4 teenagers in the car. So guess what didn't fit in the car? The inflatable toboggan. Yeah, that's right. That whole interruption was for nothing. Okay, bye.
Oh, there's real life for you right there.
I really like that she had an interruption.
That's good.
To her video, yeah.
And
What
for
do the
all
words-
fans out there, they can put on our Facebook group their own interruptions. We'd love to see them and hear them, please.
So what do you guys think? Like before I read the book, because Lise didn't read Untamed. This is before she read the other book, right? The Love Warrior. And before I read it, that's what my personal journal said. Like I thought, from what I could hear from the clips I knew of Glennon Doyle, I thought she was kind of selfish. But after reading the book, I didn't feel that way at all. But I wonder if it's like something that's come from her books before. Have any of you heard anything?
I haven't heard anything about her books before. I think she is trying to help in this book. And when you're out in the public sphere, it can be really, you're going to be criticized for any kind of small little thing. But again, the tone kind of comes off a little bit like she thinks she's great. But like Leah said, who wants to read a book about somebody who's just like, me,
maybe.
Yeah.
I
do.
I think she can be a little selfish at times in the book. I know we've had this discussion. I don't want to get into it too much more, but I mean, things like there was that whole thing to do with her friends and how she doesn't text them back because you should know that if you text me back, then or if you text me, I probably won't have time to text you back. And I just, to me, that seems a little selfish. But I do agree that she was trying to help people. And her, the Together Rising, when I was doing the show notes, and Kim went on a big thing about the Together Rising, and Sarah's donated to them. And I think she definitely has the right heart in trying to help people.
So I put like a comedy from this hour is 22 minutes.
I loved it.
I love this.
Yeah,
I've sent it to like so many people.
Maybe it's her mascara. Maybe she's like, maybe I'm effing
Maybe I'm
40.
fucking 40.
Yeah.
I love
like
it
that
so
one.
much.
So good.
One of our fans commented, and then she said the one plus about wearing a mask to work is that I don't get told to smile all day long anymore.
Or she doesn't have to smile, can just be working without.
Hold on. When I was working at the restaurant, which I'm not doing right now, do you know how many times I'd get, especially from white men particularly, or whatever, to, oh, you're not, smile with your eyes, honey, or just for a minute, take off your mask.
Smile with your eyes.
Or I just want to see how pretty your smile is, and just for a minute, no, I'm not taking my mask off.
It'd be so funny if you took it off.
This is not a peep show. You're here to eat.
Exactly. It's like, no, well, you must have such beautiful eyes. You'd have such a beautiful face. Just take it off for a second so I can see it. No, I'm not.
I feel like I'm gonna barf.
Exactly, I did too.
Was that multiple people or just one sleaze?
Oh, more than one, and all the other servers noticed that happening as well. That it was all the time. Or smile with your eyes. Or yeah, exactly. And so then it's like people are like, oh,
I'm happy,
and they give you a hard time about your eyes looking the way that they do. Like,
like men don't get told they have resting bitch face.
Exactly.
That's just their face.
Exactly. Totally.
It's so true. Oh my gosh.
It's like, just because I'm resting doesn't mean I'm a bitch, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Oh my
exactly.
God.
just because I'm not smiling doesn't mean that I'm bitchy or angry.
I find myself doing fun things behind my mask, like I pretty much like zone out for a living, or get into flow. I get into flow for long sits. I get into flow often, like after the first hour of tattooing someone, there's nothing left to say to each other. So I find myself doing fun things like I'll be like, this is my mask on. I'll be like, under there. I'll be like, it's fun.
Oh, Leah, I need to find you the clip. It's on TikTok
No, I can't touch my nose.
And it's this guy that is like, he's like, I don't know if I can go back to work without masks because I've developed this awful habit. And he takes off his mask and does all the things like you do that he now does throughout the day, and it's like all these like weird faces. It's I'll see if I can
you can't
find
be in
it.
a meeting doing that.
Yeah.
People are like, you okay?
I love the mask. It's like a hug for my face. I love it.
It's very relaxing.
Sarah, that just
opposite.
reminded me.
I don't
Remember
like
when
having
you
the
used to
mask
do the fireman Bill or fireman whatever?
Commercial Bill.
What was that from Saturday Night Live? Jim Carrey?
No, it was from
In Living
Color.
Oh, In Living Color. And you always used to do that all the time when we were in high school.
Every boyfriend or partner I've ever had has forbidden me from doing that in front of them.
So good.
It's so good. Yeah, you should do it.
You might be putting her on the spot, but she loves it.
She likes the spot.
Do you remember?
Tell you something.
Oh my God, I love fireman.
Oh my goodness.
It's so good.
Yeah, but that shows our age in Living Color. That hasn't been around for a long time.
I'll go do another video that I posted. Someone just put like, wow, I guess to hell with her suggestion on butterflies on the hand soap. Because remember it was the Baroness Von sketch show where it was like they're designing a hand soap for women. And they're like, what should we put on it? And the one girl's like, new. And she's like, butterfly. She was like, yes, of course, butterflies. Okay, I'll write it down if you want me to. Like, it was like funny. And just like as a woman, it was funny because like some of the stuff, like hand soaps, shampoo bottles, all that stuff, like what she mentioned in the book.
Well, and Glennon Doyle says that about the shampoo and her son and her daughter's shampoo and how does the man get this like tough, manly, go, and then the women are like butterflies and pink and delicates and.
And it's totally like that with kids' clothes too. Like, I want somebody to do a sketch where it's like all the adult women are dressing like child women or girls are expected to dress. You know what I mean? Like, can you imagine being in a workplace where every woman is only wearing pink and purple and butterflies and flowers and unicorns? Yeah, because like that's like all there's available. Like, what if your kid wants to wear a different color, like green or orange? It's really hard to find that, honestly.
My kiddo has a really likes well-defined gender roles. Like it was like it just seems strange to me. Like, she's 4. Like, why does it's like so apparent to her? I don't think that my husband and I are like B has hair to his belly button practically, and I have usually a shaved head. But she hates my short hair.
Yeah, she does.
It tells me every day. Like, I don't know how I gave birth to this child. She is a 1950s housewife. I don't know. Oh well, she won't wear pants. She loves tights.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Well, it's funny because like on the progressive way, you want to be like, you know, I embrace you whoever you are. And if you want to only wear pants or cut all your hair off, that's fine. And she's like, I'm a 1950s housewife. And you're like,
And I don't want to embrace it at all. Yeah.
You have to embrace that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I was in grade 3, I think it was grade 3, I wore pink dresses every day.
Yeah.
School. And it wasn't my choice, like it wasn't my parents' choice. There's like the whole selection, and my parents had jeans and whatever and pants and got all sorts of colors, and I was like, nope, I want the pink dress every single time. And I don't know, that didn't come from my parents for sure, because my mom I don't think ever wears dresses, or rarely. So and she has short hair, so it was maybe it's just something.
It's just
you gotta stop
these like ball gowns, like she picked she adds crinoline to outfits, like because we have play dress up costumes, and she'll like take the fucking costume and like poof it up more. It's ridiculous. Oh my god,
it's so good.
If we could like plug a microchip into Child Schweitz's head and be like, where did you get the idea? Was it TV?
Yeah.
Was it your peers?
Sure.
Was, you know what I mean? Like, I wish that we could see where, like, because that's what it is.
Everywhere.
Like, tons of it is, it's all, and that's why, like, the mission is the mission, right? We must deconstruct or whatever, because some of the messages are really damaging.
Book interrupted.
This interruption is brought to you by Strange Things, a self-published children's book written by Anne Amos and illustrated by Leah MacBean. Find the digital ebook on Amazon.ca.
It's really flipping hard with the virtual learning for the kids when, as a parent, I'm not on board. I don't want my 5-year-old and my 9-year-old to do perfect execution of 6 hours of online learning every day. Like, it's not in my wheelhouse. I don't believe in it. So I'm like really struggling. I'm like, how do I support this? I get it. Like, the kids need to learn, and the government has certain mandates and all that effing poop. But it's just really hard when, like, I guess I'm getting like verbal spankings over it.
Book interrupted.
Christine wrote, and we never actually talked about this in the podcast, about how she really liked how she talked about her struggle with bulimia and drugs and alcohol. Like, that point, we talked how we all liked that part of the book where she talked about her struggles and stuff. And she said that she thought she had tremendous courage to get clean and sober, and then admit everything to the world.
People who talk about getting over these substance use and stopping that, or getting through eating disorders, the easier it is for other people to get out of it and to talk about it and realize they're not alone. It is brave, and the world needs more of that.
The other thing that just made me think about, though, is like, you know how we're kind of really critical on the end of the book where she's had her success and she's sharing her lessons and everything else. And I just want to draw attention to the fact that we should probably reflect on our own reactions, because, like, when we talk about gender roles in society, and women are often trained to be in competition with each other and to not support each other and to cut each other down, and like, oh, if she looks good, then I'm going to target her. And I just, right when you said like, oh, we all really liked that she shared that, that whole concept I was reminded of, because it's like, why aren't we more cheering her on however she is, you know, coming out the other end? Why are we critical of that? But when she's all down and out and like a drug addict and whatever, we're like, oh, we could really, that was easy to digest. We're very supportive of that part of the book.
She mentions that in the book, though, right? Like, when she does these seminars, that people are like, I really related to you when all the negative stuff was happening.
Yeah, that we get really strong reactions to women who do act empowered or come from an empowered place. I notice it even in myself, and I like to like pride myself on being like open to all types and sorts. And like, yeah, I've even since reading her book have caught myself being uber judgy of like powerful women. And I was like, oh, that's so messed up. You know, it is. It's weird.
It's intrinsic misogyny.
Right.
Right? Because I've been thinking about how, like, I'm kind of a misogynist. You know, like, I don't like to think that, but there's part of me that is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's just by virtue of being part of that system.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And going unquestioned for so long.
And if a man had written this book, would we all still have had the same reaction? Would we have all been like, oh, well, she told her story, but then the lessons, well, of course we learned something. Like, whereas because she's a woman, are we saying, oh, well, she's trying to tell me what to do? And
Right.
Yeah.
That is an
right,
awesome
nagging or
question.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a
Interesting.
good one. I
Yeah.
wonder.
Yay, Christine. Right?
Yeah,
Like,
good.
like,
Yeah.
there's 3 minutes left, and all of a sudden, like, whoa, the whole thing opens up.
All right.
Thank
so,
you, all of our fans, too.
Yeah, thanks everyone. And if we didn't get to your comment, keep on sending them in and we might make the next one.
If you've enjoyed these video highlights, listen to the full episode on our YouTube channel or wherever you get your podcasts. Remember to like and subscribe and ring that bell to be notified when new episodes are published. Find out more by going to www.bookinterrupted.com.
On Book Interrupted.